two pieces.
Right.
Okay. Notice this guy is different.
Right.
Okay. He's
First off,
different.
what I notice is it's sharper, and then it's got that kind of nesting inside, kind
Right.
of
These guys are different. This one here.
concentric or whatever.
No, this is what they call a slip-on, or
Slip-on.
not a slip-on. Oh gosh, tip my tongue. I'm stupid idiot. I just forgot this. Oh my gosh.
You know, they
I'll
sell,
catch
they
up.
sell supplements for that. You know.
I know. I'll catch up on it.
All right.
Okay. So then, what we're going to do here?
Okay. All right. I see.
Okay. So then that is showing this shoulder.
Right.
Right
So that's
here.
the other piece that's in there.
Okay.
Got you.
But it's all one piece. Now, what happens on these, okay, is this pipe gets inserted all the way to back here,
Okay.
and it bottoms out,
Okay.
okay? Now, the trick is with this, you pull this off an eighth of an inch,
Oh.
okay? The reason, there is a trade reason why. As the weld shrinks upon cooling, it sucks that pipe in. Well, if that pipe doesn't have anywhere to go, it will actually crack itself out.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay.
So we have to have that allowance for an eighth on the back of that. So to allow that weld to shrink in, pull in, but it doesn't have any resistance.
Okay.
Okay? So now here we go. We've got a different one. The center line of this guy, the center line of this guy is going to be different than what's in there. Then you have to insert the pipe within an eighth inch here, which totally changes the length of the pipe as we're thinking over here.
Right. You can't push
Socket
it.
welds.
You can't push it all the way in. You got to leave a little bit in
Right.
there, right? Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. These are socket welds.
Okay. Got it.
Okay? So that's where you're going to have to do that. So if you have another one over here, just the measurement from here to this face
Right.
isn't going to work.
Right.
Because you've got to add that little pigtail that's got to go inside there, an eighth inch short
Right. Gotcha.
of your overall measurements that are going to come from here to here.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
So here now you're reversing it. Over here you're taking material away to slide into here.
Right.
This type of socket weld, you're adding material to get the same measurement.
Right. Correct. And when you say same measurement, you're talking about from the piece that you're using to
Here
build?
to here,
Okay.
a certain length
Okay.
that you want to actually, the piece that you're building, correct?
So, you know, it's interesting because it looks like this is all very heavy in fractions.
Absolutely.
We're not dealing with decimals and stuff like that.
You can if you want to convert it
No,
over.
no, but I'm asking you, what's
for
the
day.
industry?
Some days it might be,
Okay.
and I'll tell you.
So
what,
they need to be able to do this in both.
It wouldn't hurt them to be exposed to both. Correct. I agree with you 110%, dude.
So we're talking about measurement. We're talking measuring the units of measure. American Standard, no metric.
No.
So why are we
Right now-
teaching metric? I mean,
Right now, there is no metric out there unless
For
you're
welders.
working on European prints.
well, the curriculum, because the cars, if auto students in there, they're using metric.
Correct.
So it wouldn't hurt them to learn some metric too, right?
It wouldn't hurt. Let them know that it's out there.
Okay. But in terms of the project piece that we're trying to build, we should probably focus more on using fractions and decimals and American Standard. Okay.
Okay. Now here's another one, and I've been trying to go through. I'm not trying to go through this fast, but if anything, dude,
You can. I'm
you have-
getting it.
You got my number. You know my email.
Yeah.
You please get a hold of me.
All right.
Please. That's an invitation.
Hey,
Here,
listen.
Boom. Here.
Listen, man. I'm with you.
Okay.
You're explaining it real good.
Here's a 45.
If I get it, I don't see why anybody else can't get it.
Okay. Here's another one.
All right.
Here's a 45.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
That's a
I might
45.
go
right there.
ahead and I get something like this.
This is the 45 right here.
Now I might get that. and say that my piping has got to go like this.
Okay.
So this is actually an angle. This is actually an angle. So I've got a 45 sitting here and a 45 sitting here.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if I had this continued and this continued, but I need to know what the hell length of that is in that 45.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to go over here to my 45-degree chart, which is right here, and I'm going to find that measurement halfway on my 45.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. So now I'm just going to throw a number out there. Say I've got 2 inches here.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm going to go 2 inches here. But on the print, that print is going to tell me, say, from maybe this weld joint or probably that weld joint over to here is going to be 3 feet. From this corner over here to this joint here is going to be 2 feet.
Okay.
What is my length of pipe that I need right there?
Square root 13, so what's that? About 3.7.
Okay.
Seven?
Here's where we go. Our
About
old
three
favorite.
and 3/4 maybe. Yeah, Pythagorean. Yeah, so you got 4 plus 9 is 13. Square root of 13 is about 3 3/4.
Okay, then once you get that from here to here, right? Now I've got to subtract the distance of my 45 from half of this,
Okay.
plus my 1/8 inch rod,
Right.
to come up with the proper length of that pipe that's needed in
Right.
between there.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah.
And
Kind of like
that's-
what you were talking about with the other one before.
Yes.
Okay. So the fact that they're 45s doesn't change that, it doesn't change the way that we do it necessarily.
No. Because we in business, we can always take these 45s like this and trim this off a little bit and make this a 30 degree instead of 45.
Okay.
Now that's going to change with that down there.
Right. So, so if we're gonna, are we talking about applying the 1/8 inch fit on both sides?
Correct.
Like, so then you don't have the 2 inches anymore?
The 2 inches.
The 2 inches on that side and the 3 inches going this way?
No, this
Should
is.
should we be applying that 1/8 inch fit in there too as well?
This. I was just saying if this distance here was 2 inches from the center line to this face was
Correct.
2 inches, where it says that V right there.
Yes.
So if that measurement was 2 inches, is all I was saying for ease up there.
Okay.
Okay.
But my question to you is, like we did up here with the 1/8 inch,
The 1/8 inch fit stays.
right? So do I need to do it there, or have
Yes.
you already done that?
All right, I haven't done.
So then is that length going across? That's not going to be the same, is it?
Correct, because you're gonna find this here through here,
Right.
okay? Then you're gonna subtract the 2 inches
Right.
plus the 1/8. Then you subtract 2 inches plus the 1/8
Okay. Got it.
to figure out what this number is going to be.
Okay. So, but what I'm saying is, when you did the measurement from the 2 inch going down and the 3 inch going the other way,
Okay, the 2 feet, 3 feet?
yeah, I mean the feet, yeah.
Okay.
Did I need to take the 1/8 of an inch off of those guys?
No.
Okay.
Because you're just trying to find the center line of this guy and this
Okay,
guy in
all
a
right.
relationship.
Because we're doing it from the face of one side all the way through the center line, and then the same thing on the other side.
You always run center line no matter what diameter pipe it is.
All right.
This way, nobody gets screwed up what's far side, what's near side. That is eliminated.
So that diagram right there represents, we got one of these on both sides, is that what it is?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, all right. All right,
And
got
that
it.
2 inch that I put there was half of that there. Now, if we come up here, this was another 90, then I'd put another 2 inch here for a takeoff going this direction on that length.
Got you, yep.
Because I allowed half of that dedicated to one side and the other half dedicated to the other.
Got you, yeah,
And then I have an 1/8 on both sides again.
right. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
This is common everyday stuff in the piping industry.
Good.
Okay? And this is the common stuff that we try to beat in these guys' heads, that they have to know somewhat, boom, boom, boom.
They should. This kind of stuff at this level, yeah. They should be more worried about making this should be automatic for them.
Yes.
So what we want to do in the math end of things is we don't want it to just be like a requirement because the college says so. We want the students to actually benefit from it.
Yes.
And if we can help in any way, we just had a meeting yesterday. We talked about that. We said we want to help. We want to do what we can to help.
Phil beats this in his blueprints. I beat this down in the Fab 2 classes because that is their piping year. This is the second year. So when I inherit them for the second year, I beat this in them all the time.
So they would have already had that. If they had that math class, they would have already seen these type of problems.
Absolutely.
No, that's what I'm saying.
My life a heck of a lot easier because I spent my whole 11 weeks going through this.
So when you showed me a couple years ago, you showed me that when I first did the first one, and you showed me that paper of what you were making them. I didn't have a clue what you were talking about.
I know, and that's why I invited you here to say
This makes sense.
This in front of you now.
Yes, yeah.
Because now, guess what?
Yes.
This makes sense.
Yep.
Okay. Now here's another one. Okay.
Yes.
I went through a 45. I went through the T's.
Right.
There's a measurement here.
Went through the 90, the
and
45,
that going there.
the
reducers.
the reducers,
Now
the
socket weld.
the socket weld.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, here we go with these. Here's flanges. They call this a weld neck flange. The distance from the face of the flange, here, to here is a said distance.
Okay.
Just like half of this, or the distance of this guy. So, when we look at this on a drawing, and here's what we're gonna end up looking at. Okay? Okay, so then if we're gonna do this slip-on flange, we're gonna have, say, a 90, we're gonna come up through here, boom, boom, goes this way, and then another 90 going that way. So if I'm doing 18 inches, from say here to here,
Okay.
okay? Well, I gotta take out my 90, whatever the size it is, right?
Okay, got it.
1.5 times the diameter.
Mm-hmm.
Put in my fit,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna measure over to here, to where I'm gonna do this weld neck flange. So the distance from the face of this to here,
Okay.
I'm just gonna say that's probably about close to 3,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Yep.
So the weld neck part comes in here.
Mm-hmm.
From the face of that flange to here is 3 inches. I still have a fit because I have a bevel here.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta sacrifice that 1/8.
Mm-hmm.
So I've gotta go ahead and minus an 1/8 here. But now, here we go, there's a little tricky question. We're gonna get a little skinnier now.
All right.
Is in between this gasket and this gasket, or I mean flange, is a gasket,
Oh, okay.
okay? Now that gasket is usually an 1/8 inch thick.
Now, before you go on, can I ask
Yes,
you a
sir.
question? So that diagram that you had there of those two, the flange,
Uh-huh.
is that two flanges faced
Correct.
back to back?
Yep.
So you
One's
got two.
bolting- One's bolting this way and the other one's coming in this
Okay,
way.
got it.
That's where they bolt it together.
Got it. Okay, I just
Okay.
wanted to make sure.
Okay?
Okay.
Well, a lot of times you might have, this is a diagram and this is 4 foot.
And that's it? It doesn't
So-
tell you if there's a flange there or anything?
Well, this is your designation as a flange.
Okay, I like your picture better.
Okay? So that's the designation of a flange on a print.
Okay.
And they'll tell you, build one 4 foot long. So here you gotta go from the face to here
Okay.
twice
Okay.
to figure out what this middle guy is gonna be,
Okay.
plus 2 fits.
All right.
Okay, but we go face to face here, or maybe it might be a valve sitting in there.
Okay.
You're still gonna have a gasket. The gasket's gonna take up space. So usually a gasket is usually an 1/8 inch.
All right.
So that means, let's split the gasket in half, and we're gonna dedicate 1/16 over here on my final length.
Okay.
See what
And
I'm
the
saying?
reason you're splitting it in half is because of for both sides.
Correct. And then I'm gonna go ahead at 1/16 on that side as well.
Plus, don't forget the fit for the,
Plus the fit
the
on the other
nose,
side.
whatever you call it, the nose of it. Is that, what's that called?
Raised neck,
The raised neck.
weld neck,
The weld neck.
weld
Okay.
neck.
Yeah, got it, yeah.
Okay?
So you're taking off 3/16 basically on both sides.
Exactly.
So
To
then,
fit that flange into that area.
right. And there's no, what they call it, what was that, the name for that one again? Fit, the snug fit one, the socket
The
weld.
socket welds.
It doesn't have like a socket function in it or anything.
No, not this, not.
So you just take off the 3/16 from the 18 on both sides.
Okay? Now I'm really gonna
And we're
get,
gonna challenge these guys to do it in their heads. We were talking yesterday about, for the project, making them do a video. So do a short video, we would pop quiz them, and they have to demonstrate on video the pop quiz of being able to do it on their head. We're gonna grade them that way.
sure,
To get them to think on their feet,
on their feet.
yeah.
Good word. I like that. On
Yeah.
their feet.
And so we were just talking mostly about how can we do it in a way that makes sense for a whole class, you know, kind of thing. And so, but I think that we got the tech that we can do that.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, the last one I got right there is called a slip-on flange.
All right.
Whole different setup than what we just went through.
Okay. Really?
This one kind of goes almost hand in hand with a socket weld,
Okay.
okay? But it's slightly different, being that this doesn't have any spot for the pipe to stop,
Oh, I see.
okay? So this ideally is this pipe slides through all the way through here,
Oh, I see.
okay? The secret is with this is that you have to set up your own stop back here.
Mm-hmm.
Rule of thumb is, for instance, this is a 4-inch or 3-inch pipe going in here.
Okay.
As it goes in through there, and I'll draw a picture saying here is my flange, here's my raised face, okay? And when I'm talking raised face here is
That little piece right there.
this piece right here.
Right, got
That's
it.
where the gasket sits.
Ah, okay.
Okay? The other side has a shorter edge where the weld goes.
Okay.
Because as this comes through, okay, boom, there you are.
I see.
Okay, the pipe's gonna continue all the way through, so you're gonna run a fillet weld around here. But how much does that pipe come through here? Rule of thumb industry says, if a pipe is going to come through here, so you're gonna insert your pipe, and it's gonna go, and then you're gonna go ahead and come on up, and you're gonna stop short of it protruding out the other side. Where is that information at? The information is the wall thickness of the pipe. Okay? Shall be off of that seat.
So you're talking about like the,
So whatever the wall thickness is. So if we're doing, say, let's see, 2-inch schedule 80,
okay.
and that's our term for being thickness of the wall,
Mm-hmm.
is actually 0.218 thick.
Okay.
Okay, almost a 1/4 inch. Okay? So knowing that information, I cannot go any closer. I really want around about this distance from the face to the stub end of my pipe.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to be the remainder of this surface in here is
Right.
showing is 218 thousandths from this surface to where the pipe sticks in
But
here.
you have to do it on both sides, right?
Nope, because this is going to be a continuous pipe running out forever.
No, but what I mean is on both sides, so
Oh,
it should be
this? All the way around.
0.436, no?
No, 280, the wall thickness of the pipe.
But what I'm saying is, hold on.
Yeah.